I love seeing them over here in this corner.
Oh, are they digging right there?
I couldn't tell.
Look over here.
Oh, right there? Yep, they are. The same thing happens to my rabbits. Is the food's coming and they've got one mine track and they will get buried.
Yep.
How far does it go?
Not far. It's just right there.
Oh, good. I find that rabbits do like to sit in their bowls.
They do.
If it's a water bowl and it gets empty, oh, we need to go switch out those. I got a water bowl for you and you're going to give me yours. Okay. So guys, let's talk rabbit colony. We both have a rabbit colony, but they're vastly different. I keep mine in a greenhouse. They have built a custom enclosure with buried cedar logs and stretched tight fencing, and this was a very well made rabbit colony.
Thank you.
Now, the purpose of that is if you were going to do it, you wanted to do it right, and yes, it could be dual purpose.
Well, this is the second colony we built. The first colony we built was with metal posts and a shorter fence. And we found that the rabbits could jump out. We found that a dog easily could jump in. We found that the babies would escape. It was not secure. It was not safe.
Yeah. So this is a very safe, secure colony. And might I add, this colony is as big as my backyard. And you use it for one of your livestock.
Right. You know what? But we've got the room, so why not use it?
So now let's talk about their shade things. You've got this that you repurposed from a trampoline.
Yep.
You've got the dog glue.
Yep.
You have that thing over there.
Pallet shelter. It was a pallet with a top.
We've got that thing. And we've got some trees with some new coming trees and that tree. And probably the biggest thing going for them in the summer is the burrows, the bucket burrows.
Yes.
Tell us why you love the bucket burrows.
So rabbits like to dig, and sometimes they like to dig out of the enclosure. That's not really something you want. You don't want your rabbits running around. So the bucket burrows allow you to be more controlled in their breeding, checking on the kits, looking at things, making sure everything's good and healthy, while they also are underground. It gives them a safe feel. But I like it because I like to control things.
That goes into why you wouldn't want to have a furrow type system where the buck lives freely with the does, is you want to control that.
Yes. I know a lot of people in colony styles do allow free breeding, and from what I understand is you'll get a baby boom right up front, but then it'll regulate itself. But I'm not brave enough to do that yet. I don't want that. I don't want my does overbred. I want everybody to have a rest and be good moms to who they have, and just that.
That takes us into the buck situation. Very similarly, did I say that right? I keep my buck in a cage when we are not breeding. Now we have Lincoln here, who is a standard Rex buck in a very, very large cage, might I add. He has buckets for shade. He has cardboard for feet rest. He has a giant water bowl and his feeders. Now, do you ration his food?
Not yet. We just give him whatever, and I know that you need to be careful with their feed because you don't want a fat rabbit. So we're learning.
Right. You tried bonding 2 male rabbits together. Was that a success?
I would say it was a success, yes. But with the way the bucks are, the fence is too short. And so then they would jump out, get with the girls, or the girls would sneak in and get with them, which is not really fine. But all of that, moving the bucks, we found a little bit of a rift. You put the buck back in together. But yes, it was very successful. But at this point, we don't have a proper set up for the boys. The fence is too small, so we are going to eliminate one of the bucks that isn't as nice as Lincoln, like plush fur. He's not the quality that Lincoln is, so we're just going to call it good there. What we have found is if you introduce a male rabbit you don't want to introduce 2 adults. That's just asking for trouble. But we have found if it's an under 10-week-old baby, you put in with a docile buck, we've had no problems. I've done that twice. So
I approve of the big heated water bowl, a big bowl. You have a chicken waterer here.
Yes.
For your rabbits. We're talking about rabbits. I approve. Yes. I do the same thing. Chicken waters work well. Have you ever used individual water bottles with the
Yes,
ball?
they're obnoxious. They leak. They're obnoxious to keep on. They freeze in the winter. No. The chicken fountains are amazing for that. The bowls have been great. This is a little, I originally got this size of a bowl because I had 2 bucks sharing it. It's a little overkill for 1 buck, but yeah, it works.
More water is better than no water.
That is so true, because the rabbits can die quickly from dehydration.
Right. Okay, let's talk about sanitation. Okay, do you find that they pick a corner?
They always do. And it seems to be by their water, which is weird, right? Yeah. So they do pick a corner. People don't love colony situations because
it's harder to harvest
the poop. But look over here. I mean, you find your corners, and then you're able to just come scoop it up. You know? Yep. They do like a good corner.
Yep.
So it's not that big of a deal. It is important. Oh, hello, baby. That was funny. It's important to have wood and organic materials they can chew.
You think your rabbits that you can just chew on everything? All right.
It's good for them to keep them trimmed, so you can see that they've enjoyed chewing on this piece of wood. And then we got these cedar planks from an old throwaway fence somebody was doing. So it's just, I love having a colony. It's just, if it came to me to do a colony or rabbits in cages, I wouldn't have rabbits. Having rabbits in cages, I don't like going to the zoo. I don't like seeing an animal caged. Hurts me to have Lincoln in a cage, but unfortunately, we can fix it this spring and maybe even before then. But it's just, they always pick the time we can't fix it to break out. They know.
All it takes is one mistake.
What mistake? What? Let me get in.
I turned the gate the wrong way.
Let me see.
So we'll get there. We'll get there. And this is a work in progress. We are going to be building like a lean-to over top of the bunny bucket systems. So they'll be shaded and covered from the rain and stuff getting on the buckets. So we want to have something come out, and then we can have their feeders inside, so there's no waste in like the rain and the snow getting into their feed. Mm-hmm. So this is a work in progress, but it's better than cages.
It is better than cages.
For us, know your predator problems. We haven't had any predator losses as of yet. If you've got tons of hawks in your area, colony is not for you. You do what's best for you in the area that you're in. We do have hawks in the area, but we've never had a problem.
I've never had a hawk.
Knock on wood.
I've never had a hawk problem. I've had a neighborhood cat problem.
Okay, we have a story here to tell. Over the course of the summer, we've had 20 baby rabbits killed, torn to pieces, guts thrown around. I mean, not quite torn to pieces. Heads and limbs taken off, skinned, meat taken away. Heads are always gone. And here we go. This is one of the 2 possible suspects. Suspect, right? Innocent until proven guilty. But we've never been able to catch a cat in the run. We caught a different cat. There's a different cat. So I tried to find the owner of this one. I was being a generous neighbor this morning. I tried to find the owner of this one to go have a talking to and saying, hey, your free-range cat that has been in my backyard all summer could have killed our rabbits. So if I find it again, you're never going to find it again. Or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's something to, keep in mind.
Too.
And you love the bucket burrows. You love the control. You love that they can get out of the heat, that they can get out of the rain, that they have
in the ground.
You have a lot of buckets in here now because you've got 5 mamas.
I have 4 mamas right now. One, 2. So I have 4 systems for each breeding mama. I do have one girl that we're unsure if we're going to keep her or not. Probably won't.
Yeah.
But that was just a litter of one. We just had one litter. It was funny. One rabbit to the mama. But we'll probably process her. So yeah, we have 4 breeding does right now.
Let's go talk about hay. I have bought rabbits from breeders who did not feed hay, which to me, I thought they were supposed to get most of their nutrition from hay. Yes, you don't have to feed hay to rabbits. You can just feed them pellets, but the hay is really good for their long intestinal guts.
They love it.
So you feed them hay, leftover, the stems and such. You give them the castaways that the goats don't eat,
Yes.
but you also sometimes give them, a fresh scoop.
Yes, if the goats don't have any waste hay or if they put it on the ground, I am hesitant to pick up hay on the ground of the goat shack for parasite problems. So if the goats haven't wasted any hay, then yeah, I'll throw them a scoop of fresh stuff. I mean, they love it. They flock to you. And then anything that's left, they can then use and put in their buckets for bedding if they are going to be having babies. I know that this looks wasteful, but to me, this is living compost. So, yes, I could get some kind of a container to put the hay in, but it's still going to get wasted to a degree. So we're just working just easier, I guess.
Yep. I don't see this as wasted at all. I see this as covering the earth. I see this as organic material bringing fertility to this clay cement.
Cement soil.
That you work here with. So I approve.
We've noticed in the colony setup, you can view the animals in their natural habitat on how they actually survive. So I know I worry a little bit about Lincoln being in an open cage with no seemingly shelter. He has his buckets that he can go in and get out of the weather, but they don't. Like even in the colony, they don't. In the snow, in the rain, they just stand out in it for the most part. They do have the option to be sheltered, but they don't they choose not to. But it is important. Rabbits can scare very easily, and if you do have predators that are going to come and try and tease them, like dogs or whatever, they need somewhere to hide. So it's so critical that they have somewhere to hide. But it's been interesting to see that they don't, in general. They don't use it.
Yeah. I'm gonna add to that with the predator and the scaredness, and that I have myself given a rabbit a heart attack.
Sad.
It was in a rainstorm, and I walked up to it in a cage. It had nowhere to hide.
shouldn't be laughing.
I was covered in black, and it had a heart attack. So rabbits can scare themselves to death.
Yeah, and they can break their own backs. I mean, they're kind of fragile. We've been really lucky that we haven't had a problem.
Yeah. Do you find it's cool to see them cuddling?
I love it. I love that they have access to each other. I hate a buck living a solitary life. That hurts me. So I could at some day be open to an open colony where it's free breeding. I could maybe get there. And even goat bucks, I don't like that our buck is solitary as well. We'll address that another day. But no, I love that they can be bunnies. They like to cuddle. They like to be together. And I love how a colony promotes that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, I wanted to talk about purebred versus mutt rabbits, cheap rabbits. Okay, my first set of rabbits were purebred from a very good line out of California. I drove almost a here from my house to buy purebred rabbits, New Zealand rabbits that I thought I needed. Purebred, I wanted to try and, sell some of them to make back the cost, or I thought I needed the best meat makers to make it worth it.
Because why not?
Right.
Do
Now,
your research and
I have found that my rabbits don't weigh that much more than yours.
they don't.
Come butcher date.
Yeah, no, and mine are just mutt rabbits. My sister caught them living under her house that they escaped from a neighbor's house, and the neighbor wasn't taking care of the situation, so they sent them here, two adults and a baby, and all of that led to this. And it was not something we ever thought we would do, but it's been great. And I think that our Papa rabbit wasn't even a full Rex, and Mama, we believe, is a lion head Angora mix. So they are not meat rabbits, but we've been very happy with the taste of their meat and with the yield of their meat. It's been really cool. And now that we have the full-size standard Rexes, we are getting some bigger babies. I'm interested to see how the butcher date stuff comes out from there. So
Yeah, so my rabbits are a full-blooded New Zealand mama, a full-size standard mama, and then I have a mutt kind of, I'm not exactly sure what he is, but he's white and he makes big babies, buck. So I am on the lookout for a standard size buck because of the fur. Fur.
Yep.
Do you love Lincoln's fur?
I love it's so plush and beautiful. And Lincoln came from Kathleen, from her black mama, and we just love him.
And that being said, with the beautiful plush fur from the Rex rabbits, your rabbits can throw some pretty furs.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And they are beautiful rabbits.
The light around the eyes, oh, they're beautiful. We have beautiful babies out of our...
Sometimes I find that's the
throwaway
struggle,
rabbits.
is there's so many beautiful colored rabbits that I just want one of, I want a mama
everything.
of everything.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little bit addictive.
It really is, but...
So guys, we have talked about a lot of the unique things that Trish has here for her rabbit colony, and I'm going to show you the things that I have for my rabbit colony, and they're different and similar and successful. Well guys, thank you for watching this comparison between Willow Creek Homestead's colony and my suburban colony. Anywhere you choose to do rabbits, you can do them, and you can grow your own meat, and you can grow your own fertilizer, and hopefully someday we can make our own pelts. She's working on that.
I'm trying.
She is. So colony can mean a lot of things, and it's great. I encourage colony. You encourage colony?
I encourage colony, depending on your area. I encourage colony. So don't be setting up colony in bear area and yell at me because bears go to rabbits. Know your area.
Right, that's a good thing. So, and I'm going to even say that a rabbit in a cage, this rabbit, can we see here? This rabbit has a better quality of life than a rabbit in a conventional style rabbitry. It's not nearly as cool as colony rabbit, but if you've got to do caged rabbit so that you can have that little step up of humane meat, I encourage that. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you grow something today, even if it's yourself. This is Willow Creek Homestead in Idaho. Check her out if you don't know her. So thanks, guys.